Yep.
Our next speaker is Shri Aditya Satsangi. He is a Hindu-American entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, writer with centrist viewpoint. His research on ancient Hindu scriptures such as Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam brings a unique perspective on current affairs. He has coined and copyrighted the term Mythology, which means the truth. This term is exact antonym of mythology, which means myth, untruth. His effort has been focused to completely debunk the mythology tag from our scriptures by providing supporting facts and explanations. Let me just share one online review which very concisely describes his contributions to Hinduism. The online comment said, an eye-opener for Hindus. Hindus should be proud of their heritage. Shri Aditya Satsangi ji.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
I thought everybody was sleeping. And before me, the Sahasrabudhe ji woke everybody up with astrology, so I thought more people energized. One more time. No, it's okay. Jai Jagannath. Loudly. Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev. So now I see some life here. So when I was, so many of you know me here. You know, people know me as a pujari. People know me as entrepreneurs, and I know Krishna for a very long time. And my fellow panelists, most of them have come on Mythology. Everyone has come on Mythology except we'll call Conrad Else later on. So the reason for, see, number one is when you are in this country, and I am going to give a, you have heard about all kinds of issues facing the Hindu community. And there was someone in the back who was saying somebody wants to hear in Hindi. She has gone. Okay. So we have seen all kinds of problems that are faced by the Hindu community. And one of the things is that we as a community have not focused on ourselves first. So instead of blaming anyone else, and I blame everybody, believe me. I have books written, Gold, Glory and God. I have thrown apart the colonialism, and I have book very popular titles, Gold, Glory and God, the Hindu Bible, Karma is a Bitch. These are all my books. Hashtag Karma is a Bitch is because of my book. I've written 12 books and 13th is coming out. And me and Nilesh laugh so much on the channel that people just go to him. It's a Nilesh channel, Mythology is coming from there. So the point is that we as a community, we have to focus on our heritage. So when we read Ramayana, what were we reading? When we read Mahabharata, what are we reading? What are we learning? And like when I hear an Indian American explaining about their culture to an American, they say, according to Hindu mythology, according to my mythology, and this Ram, the Lord Ram, we don't say Bhagwan Ram, the way we present ourselves is so pathetic that even a person who would like to learn about our culture, it becomes disinterested in that. Because we are ourselves explaining those topics in a third party way, as if someone is not related to us. So I have tried to change that perception, and by changing the perception I mean getting the word which is opposite of mythology. The word mythology was made out of Sanskrit and Latin or Greek. It says myth is a Sanskrit root word which means a fake lie or imagination, and combined with logos it becomes mythology due to various etymological rules. Opposite of myth in Sanskrit dhatu is sat, and due to etymological rules I had to add additional t, it becomes satology. So when I go to conferences, I've been to many conferences in Stanford and Berkeley, and I went to one conference in Greece, and I gave a lecture in Greece, in Athens, and you tell me what will be the reaction be. Alexander the Mouse. And the whole hall was almost there to riot and put me into the grave outside. Because I gave a talk over there, Alexander the Mouse. And actually it was a mouse. He never reached India. And now people are even doubting that he actually was attacked India before he could reach the India mainland or cross a particular river. He was beaten up by the women in Multan, attacked with 40,000 soldiers, came back with 500. What kind of a winner he is? And Oxford University Union correctly called most of the Greek history as mythology. And I said, that's the right word of the use of the word mythology now. But when you talk about Ramayana Mahabharata, it is Sathology, because every single reference is there. And Sarsa Pujyadi touched upon a very beautiful topic on Jyotish. Believe me, Jyotish Shastra is extremely important for your spiritual progress. And now, and also Sthan, you need to know where Sthane Sita Shuddhivan Tanuvan Manovir. You need to know where you are practicing your bhakti. So if you look at the geography of the world, now I want to take you back. Forget about everything that you read about geography in your schools and colleges. Forget everything. So Control Alt Delete, you all know that? Control Alt Delete. Do it now. Press it now. You don't remember anything. There you begin the geography lessons from Ramayana and Mahabharata. You'll be shocked to know that everything that has been told to you, including the prime meridian, was all colonial meridians. The real meridian of the world is which connects Meru Parvat to Lanka, 00. That's the real meridian, and which passes through Ujjain and Rohtak. The center of the earth, according to Ramayana and Mahabharata, is Meru Parvat. That's where Shukdev Goswami or Vyasadev goes there to ascend to the Surya planet or other places. Now, when you look at the world through this, and you consider Uttarayan, Dakshinayan, and different times of the day, Samvatsar, Vatsar, like different times of the day you see the sun's progression in the sky, there you start planning path for your mukti. That's why it is important. So everything mentioned in the Veda. Now, what is the purpose of life? Well, this is the last program of the day. I'm saving the dessert. This is the best for the last, right? You need to have fun now. You can even start the party after this, Harinam party, right? Okay. So this is the last session. So just relax now. No more session now. No more torture for the day. Tomorrow begins morning, so we'll be on time. So when we talk about Ramayana, Mahabharata, and we talk about these geographical references, what is the purpose of life? This is a very important question. There is a certain reason why you have been given all the Vedic books, Bhagavad Puran, Veda, all these different people, and the mythologists will say, we don't know who has written, even the Prime Minister of the country says sometimes, and big Hindu leaders also say sometimes, we don't know who has written them. But well, I will tell you the names, Payala, Sumantu, Jaimini, Vaishampayan, 4 gurus of the Vedas. And then the 5th one is Shukadeva Goswami. If you do not understand about these people, and we always quote, see, stop blaming everybody else now. Let us blame ourselves, because the strength comes from within, not from outside. Like when you look at a golfer, the golfers, if he doesn't look at the ball and doesn't think about what his wife told him in the last evening, he will play better. But if he remembers what the wife told him before, his game is spoiled. He's definitely going to hit the sideways here and there. Mind plays a very important role in golf. Similarly, focus plays a very important role in your spiritual progress. Believe me, like the speaker before me, Saraswati and also Raj Vedamji today, said the strength, internal strength. And Raj Vedam said very great reasons. What are the conflict models and which he mentioned and everything. But one model you have to remember inside. That is unique model. The name unique model. I came up after hearing him. So unique, you are the only one. There is no second you in the entire planet. So Vedas tell you, don't waste your time. If you waste your time in useless pursuits of anything, trying to show off, hey, I want to be better than this guy, I want to be better than this guy, or let me get some more juice from the WhatsApp today. Don't become the WhatsApp artist. Just forward. That's not your seva. Your seva is something else. You got to wake yourself up. If you wake up, we all say Jai Shri Ram, Ek Hi Nara, Ek Hi Naam, Jai Shri Ram. It is not just a crazy man's call. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Nothing going to happen. We have to internalize these incidents. Bhagwan Ram is not an ordinary person. He is a Vishnu. And by taking his name, you get mukti. But where was he born? Ayodhya. Where was Krishna born? Krishna had two mother and father. One was morning mother and father, one was evening. Very unique, very amazing stories we have. All histories, no mythology, all sathology, all real. Itihas. If you are from India, use the word itihas. It's a very good itihas. But to counter a Western academic propaganda, I'm not talking about countering an American on the street. He doesn't know anything other than his burger and Pepsi. So you don't have to go and tell them what you are. I'm just fired up on the Shiva Vishnu temple. I'm here to conquer the world. Jai Shri Ram. It's not going to happen. He might have a gun on his head, on him. Okay? It's not going to happen. We have to understand our enemies. Our enemies are the guys in the universities. Scholarly consensus guys. I have a scholarly consensus. That means all of us fools are together known as scholars. So now therefore all of us are sitting here on the panel challenging them. That okay, you guys are scholars, we are super scholars here. We speak with facts, reasoning and bhakti. Bhakti is not a negative thing. Bhakti, we have made it, okay, Bengali beggar is a bhakti. No, bhakti is a science. The first bhakti is Brahma. So nowadays people say, tum to Modi bhakt ho. Bola thoda sa to hamara sharam kar lo. We are only bhakt of Hari bhakt. So it has been demonized and we keep accepting it because we do not know. The entire Bhagavad Gita talks about bhakti. Bhakti means seva, bhakti means yoga. Yoga, bhakti has no difference. Different degrees of bhakti are there, just like there are different degrees of yoga. But unless we get into these core definitions, we won't understand why we are doing it, what we are doing it, and we'll keep ringing the bells in the temple and nobody is listening. Then we'll all go to Saraswati ji. हमारा ज्योतिष का चार्ट देख लो, कुछ गड़बड़ी है इधर. वो बोलेंगे कि देवी की स्तुति कर लो. मैं वही करती हूँ, है ना? चलो निकलो. अगर कुछ नहीं आता तो इस्कॉन वालों के पास चले जाओ, हरे कृष्णा करवा देंगे आपको. अभी हमारे पास कुछ नहीं है. So when I studied Ramayana and Mahabharata, and Vyasdev says in the beginning of Mahabharata, he says without geographical basis a human being doesn't connect with the Shastra. So all of you, how many of you been to Naimisharanya or Ayodhya or Vrindavan? How many have been? Different places you have been. By going to those places, your hearts changed. Isn't it?
Yes.
And we have been told that these are the only special places are available left for Hindus. Now I will take you on a journey. Mahabharata, Ramayana both. Let me take you to Meru Parvat, center of the earth. Now if Shukdev Goswami, do you think that Shukdev Goswami was just some emotional, psychedelic guy on bhang and just imagining things? No. He is Mahadev's putra. Mahadev's putra. And Vyasdev, through Arani and Dhritachi Apsara, got him. Praying for 12 years. And Mahadev gave him darshan in Meru Parvat, which is right in the Central Asia. Chengushu, Gedisi Chengushu, Jengishi Chokushu, in the central, and next to is Khan Tekri. So our history, and after that starts Uttar Kuru. So the Hastinapur's border was today's Kyrgyzstan. That's where the Meru Parvat is. If that is called center of the earth, then what is the North Pole and the South Pole? Questions to think. So the entire model that we have been told is incorrect. And I'm not giving you any answers. For that you have to read my books actually. Because I'm not going to tell. I've written 13 books and so you have to read them. But I'm not going to give you answers, but you can check out my Sathology YouTube channel. You'll see a lot of things over there. So that is Jengushu Chokushu. That is Meru Parvat. So the Hastinapur's boundaries were right in the center of the Asia. After that the Uttar Kuru started. That area was called Meru Varsh. Then you have Hari Varsh. Then you have Himavant Varsh. You have Kimpurush Varsh or Himavant is the same word. Then Himalayas come, and after Himalayas comes Bharat Varsh. So like this, Varahadev gives the information of 9 varsha. In my small life of 46 years, I have been to 3 or 4 only. I have to others to travel. But because of American government sanctions, we can't go half the world nowadays. Because the American government put sanctions on ourselves more than anyone else. They claim to be everything else. But this is the time for us to build our identity on our terms and don't have to accept what the universities tell you. So like I went to a conference and I told them, according to your biblical mythology, and my lecture was cancelled. You know, and they all use the word Hindu mythology. And our Indian Americans go and say, oh God, Hindu mythology says, why? Because we neither understand English nor we understand Sanskrit, nor we understand any other language properly. This is our fault. So a lot of people are working in my books also, and there are many great speakers. Some speakers are coming tomorrow who have worked on this. We have to understand English the way American speaks and he is thinking. Number one, because English is one of the most incomplete languages of the world. And it depends on the speaker who is speaking it. The accent on which the speaker speaks and the mindset in which he speaks, in that mindset you to understand that English. Because the Scottish English is different than Welsh English, then it's different than Australian English. You know Australia, who went there, you all know that, right? And New Zealandish English and the American English, all are different. And Indian English, the best. Is the English in Hindi speed or Telugu speed or Marathi speed? Half the times everyone has to say, slow down, slow down, slow down. And we say, again we start, slow down, we don't get it. What? Okay, it's all lost. Even though you may have better written English than anyone else, but still, English is that is the fault of the English language. It's not the fault of you. So if you write, then you are maybe better than anyone else. So the point is, we have to understand English the way people speak. Like for example, conservative versus liberal. Conservative, what American thinks conservative is more important than what you think is conservative. So we create meanings in our mind. We say dharma is religion, which is not. Dharma is not religion. And when you look at the geography, same way, we say the prime meridian. Now in Yudhishthir Maharaj's time, during Mahabharata time, the prime meridian was in India. Ujjain, Rohtak, going to Lanka. And in Bhagavad Puran and other places give many references. If I were to ask you today, I'm dropping all these words, Bhagavad Puran and different this, most of you will not be knowing also what is the relationship of them with the main Vedic scriptures. You know, how it is connected to what. Because we have not spent time to educate. Because we have translated communism as sampradayikta instead of communism as samudayikta. Without sampradaya, without guru, you have no future in Sanatana Dharma. No future whatsoever. This is all the food speaking, which I ate in the afternoon. So please forgive me there. So, there is no future without sampradaya. But we have been told all gurus are makkar. You know, you all understand makkar? All gurus are fraud. All gurus are, there is no genuine guru. How to find a guru? Because you yourself are not genuine. And so you accept everything. You know, you accept everything. The first guru in your life is your mother and father. First guru. And it is the duty of mother and father to learn for the benefit of their children. And it is the duty of mother and father to teach. No, we cannot just expect the teachers to teach. Even in the Vedic culture, you may say, oh, Pandavas had a very beautiful life. Pandavas were all doing wonderful and they had so much help and everything. Kunti Maharani was a single mother. Pandu Maharaj died when Arjun was 14 years of age. And Pandavas the birth was born in Shatashringa Mountains. Shatashringa Mountains is way above Gandhamadan. That side is Gandhamadan, above Gandhamadan mountains, which will somewhat come to north of Kashmir and north of everything. You will say it's Central Asia. No Central Asia. It is still Harivarsh. It was India's territory, Bharat's territory. Because during the Pandu Maharaj rule, the entire Jambu Dweep was ruled by Hastinapur. And South America, that video was there, you can just show the playlist over there, but don't play it. So South America was the place where Bhagwan Ram Senas went there to search. Udaygiri, Udyachal, and that Udaygiri name is given by who? None other than Varadev. Varadev, when he lifted the earth from the bottom of the ocean, and that's where he showed them. These are all the playlists of different places I've visited in Peru, and more Mexican videos are coming out, and also a lot of videos from Guatemala are coming out. For the first time, when I went there, and I was invited by some senior government official of Peru. Now he has been deposed in a coup by American agencies. We are very good in that, We go everywhere, depose everybody, and we say, okay, now everything of your resources are in our control now. And so we have deposed him, but he took me around, so I won't take his name. And for the first time, Candela Paracas, and Nilesh has done excellent work in that. We had a video on that as well. So we went there, and Candela Paracas, for the first time, they were saying this is some prehistoric. Whenever they don't know the meaning, they say prehistoric. That's what Rajvedam said. Everything has no meaning, it is prehistoric. But I said, no, this is in Valmiki Ramayana. And it's called Candela Paracas. You must go there. There is a shloka which says that what is there? That is a place, Yagya Vedika symbol. That's what Sugriv saw. And that's the direction of the boundary of the eastern direction. After that, the direction changes. And all the mountains and valleys over there, they had to search for Mother Sita. So Peru was a territory visited, mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. And there are more geographical proofs over there which you can see. I will give you the exact count of mountains. 60,000 mountains were searched in South America. And 12,000 mountains were actually the north, they could not go much, because it was too much ice over there, so they could not come much. And anyway, today also, I'm from San Diego. You have to wear a jacket all the time, because even though it's a very good weather, I have to still wear a jacket. That's the way it is. So, but if you go south of Mexico and all, you can wear a t-shirt in the summers, or you can wear light clothing, much more lighter, just like India. And there are many temples over there which I have to investigate, so I have stopped it. But you can also join the journey. Right now our focus is Mexico. Mexico, not Mexico, Mexico. No, not Mexico. You guys don't know. You also don't know. You're from Mexico, you don't know. Mexica. That's a Mexica. That's the right word. And because I'm trying to map them to Devi Devta. And we say, हम लोग बोलते हैं, Devi Devta में कोई विश्वास नहीं करो. And there are some people even use the words like demigod, which I totally disapprove of, because that's a Christian word. And I take serious umbrage to that. The demigod, no. Devta and Devi. Dev is Vishnu. Anyone who follows Deva is Devi. Anyone who follows Deva is Devta. So these are the people whom we look up to as gurus and teachers to get out of the cycle of birth, old age, disease and death. Karma bandhan. And this is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. That you learn history and you don't have to be sad. If you're too sad, then come with me. I have too many places to take you. Don't worry about it. And all my trips are paid for, so don't worry. And so, the only thing you have to worry is that I work very hard. I work 24/7. When I'm on a tour, I'm like a military general. No minute wasted. And bare essentials with all type of risks you should be able to take. Jumping over the river, swimming in the Red River. We're going to Huaga River shortly. So the point is, the word mythology, drop it from your lexicon from today onwards. No more using it. Ours is Sathology, yours is mythology for an American. You can also use the word itihas and other words. And also, it is the time to understand the structure of the Veda. There are 4 Veda, we all know. Brahmaji made them, and there are 4 rishis over there, Paila, Sumantu, Jaimini, Vaishampayan. And Vaishampayan is the person who is also part of the 6 other gurus, which includes Romharshan, Tayaruni. These are the major authors of Purana. So 18 major Puranas, 18 minor Puranas, 108 Upanishads which are coming from Veda, and Bhagavad Puran and the Vedanta Sutra which was compiled by Vyasdev, and then Bhagavad Puran, a commentary on the Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra, and then Mahabharata and Ramayana Itihas. Simply by reading Mahabharata, only one book Mahabharata, gives you all information. Things have been made very easy. Coming to the last point for today's talk, that if you do not follow, if you cannot do any of these things, your life is still not a waste. There's a lot of fun here. Engage with people who are doing it. There's a benefit. Like VHPA is doing it. These guys are doing wonderful work. So there is a benefit for people who are speaking it, people who are researching it, and no other religious system has those benefits. वहाँ पे देखो, if you don't give money, you are not a Christian. If you don't give zakat, you are not a Muslim. Here everything is free, and only God knows how the temples run, right? Every organization knows. Only God knows. You know, if you ask the organizers, you look at their faces, you know exactly what's going on. You don't have to say anything. Just accept whatever is there. Okay? So we all know. And because we have been investing our time and money and focus on wrong things and wrong areas. You know, we all as a family, small family, we make sure we are secure so that our children have secure. We have to little bit create that community mindset, because this is a need for it. See, in Mahabharata time also, it was the Pandavas, there's a book of mine, the famous five. The Pandavas, they sacrificed their entire life, Kunti Maharani, 5 sons, to protect Sanatan Dharma for the whole world for the pleasure of Krishna. In Ramayana, Dashrath Maharaj and their family sacrificed Sri Ram, Lakshman, Sita for the benefit of the whole world. On their footsteps, many soldiers, countless soldiers, Vanara. You know, Hanumanji was also somebody's son, and Angad was also somebody's son, Sugriva was somebody's son. They did sacrifice. We have to bring that mood in, where we as a community do something bigger for the next generation. And I must tell you, as an Indian American community, you are all very, very successful in this country. Now it's time to take that success deeper. We have to listen to ourselves, and we have to also listen to visualize the future generation 20 years down the line, 100 years down the line. The planning has to be 100 years down the line. That's what Satology is doing. We are creating a basis for 100 years down the line. One very famous author told me that, Adi, your books are going to be the guidebooks for the Western world in the next 100 years. And I said, well, I don't know, but they're guiding me very well right now, because they're taking me places, all my books. So this is the focus I have on Satology right now on the geographical side, and it's gradually going to expand. And we also launched 2 or 3 programs. One 12x debunking mythology course. We are in more than 500 campuses in North America. And we have a lot of people who are not from Indian origin. It's actually majority non-Indian origin people who are working with us. And I want all of your children to also come there. And more important than children is parents. Because if the parents don't know, and you cannot complain. You know, if a child is here and you're not teaching, and the child is getting into some kind of leftist ideology, some confused mindset, it's not child's fault. It was your fault. Now, ab pachtaye ho to kya jab chidiya chug gayi khet. Then you cannot go and complain now after that. You know, it's already done. So when the parents take responsibility, not only the future of the child is secure, but the future of the future generation of the child is also secure. Sometimes your children may not apparently follow, but you follow. Set a good example. You know, yade dacharati shreshtas tattadeve tarajana se pramanam krute. Because this is what Krishna says. Set a good example. You know, there are a lot of stories, even stories of great saints, even Prabhupada, children. They were not devotees, you know, but they became devotees much later. Not in that life, but much later. So setting a good example is our responsibility. That's the only thing we control. So this is the time for taking our heritage back into our control. We have a lot of good organizations here, and the focusing on geography. Just imagine if the Indian government were to follow Mahabharata example of China. China used to give taxes to Hastinapur, Yudhishthir Maharaj. And it was a small village on the corner of the ocean. So Indian government can always say, okay, China, we want taxes from you. You have not paid us taxes from last 5561 BC onwards. So that's what we'll ask them. So since 5561 BC, you have not paid us taxes. Just purely going on Mahabharata. And we come back to the Biden, and so Biden is already confused half the time. So you can always say, Biden, during Ramatreta Yoga of the 24th millennium, you were our territory. Sugriv Maharaj was here. Look at the temple in Kapon. He said, what? He can't even remember the steps he's climbing. So he will say, there's no problem. He said, okay. He'll be fine if you take care of his son. He said, I will take care of the hunter. You just give us the taxes. All done. Right? So you have to be aware about your current politics also. That is also dharma gyan. But not get engaged in it. Not just forward the WhatsApp message. Okay, I forwarded it. I did my seva today. No. Your seva is japamala. And sometimes we have to put messages also. Don't forward. This is not a forward group. Right? Because we want to ward off people who are forwarding the messages all the time. My job is only to go every morning, delete all the messages. Without reading any one of them. So we have to understand, bring back realism. That if I go by Ramayana Mahabharata, then every government in the world has a problem. Including Russia. You say, Uttar Kuru to hamara hai. Uttar Kuru belongs to us. Hastinapur territory. Even Putin will get confused. Right? Central Asia was always ours. हम जाके बोलेंगे वहाँ मंदिर बना देंगे शतशृंग पहाड़ पे जाके. We know the location. And by the way, people give importance to the Western Himalayas. But Eastern Himalayas are also very important. Because Eastern Himalayas is the place where Vyasadeva gave instruction to 5 disciples. Eastern Himalayas, I'm saying, so west of Kailash is called Western Himalayas, east of Kailash is called Eastern Himalayas. And more precise, Mithila, if you go north, all the way Himalaya, then that's where the division happens. So somewhere in the Arunachal Pradesh area, Vyasadeva spoke to 4 disciples. And we'll surely find out after some time. Neeraj got a clue now, he'll help me. So I pass on homeworks. We are all team. So then now we'll find out. So the point is now, just imagine how much power is in these descriptions. And not just like slight description. Exact mountain, exact river, where the river is flowing, what is the color of the river. That is mentioned in Ramayana Mahabharata so accurately. That means they were knowing before it. If I were to, now, if you take this information, that's why I'm writing books. Take this information and go to American University. Aditya Satsangi says those. He says, no, he's some Hindu fanatic, right wing. You get this answer, right? What will you do? Oh no, aapko reject kar diya. What did you do about it? So that's where you have to build up the character to fight. And how will you fight? Without Shastra basis, you cannot do anything. You have to have the references, you have to have the proofs, you have to have community, and a very good work Arunaji has done, bringing everyone together. This is the community, so that we all collectively support each other, one for another. It's like we say, one for all for one. If we have that mindset, then we can say, okay, today Mr. Reddy is not going to donate $100 million to Harvard again this year. Right? That's where we control them. Stop their funding. And when you make them fund, because there is a movie called Twins. It says, when the money talks, bullshit walks. That's the American mantra. Just remember this. When you use this mantra everywhere, you will know how things get done here. This is legal. So, but we have to perform our karma according to the land in which we are there. And we are not doing something extraordinary or illegal work here. So when you go and connect your funds to your demands, like somebody was telling you about the importance of ask. So, and beggars ask, I don't ask. Okay? We are not asking anyone. We are claiming it. There's a difference. We are not begging anyone. When you go to a networking meeting, they say, okay, I have to ask now. Okay, this, I have to ask. So much pressure, networking pressure. We are not doing anything. We are saying these are the facts. Biden, give us the taxes now, please. Attitude change, right? We have to change the attitude. So we have to change our perspective based on knowledge. Now, if I were to tell you, Yudhishthir Maharaj used to donate 30 million gold coins a day during Rajasuya Yagya. How many? If I tell you to CIA, they will be digging in North India right now. Because they need it right now. They want to fill up the coffers with gold because the dollar is going away. That's a new reality. We will have $1 to 3 pesos. He's happy now. Horacio. So the point is that we have a great heritage. We have a historical place. This is the time to put Gita in action. What is Gita in action means? Yuddhecha palayanam. There is a Chhatra dharma svabhadam. There is a 7 qualities of a Kshatriya, 9 qualities of a Brahmana, 3 qualities for a Vaishya, and 1 for a Shudra. And Shudra doesn't mean low. Because Kali Yuga, everybody is Shudra. Kalo Shudra Sambhava. Doesn't mean low. Shudra just means middle class. Okay? All of you. Everyone is middle class? No. Some are upper class also. So then you have to classify them as Brahman, Vaishya and Shudra. But these are the qualities. This is a homework for you. Chapter number 18, verse 40 onwards. Please read. Okay? In Bhagavad Gita. So I always talk in riddles. I give homework. Because if I tell you everything, you will just sit at, oh, उन्होंने बता दिया अभी तो ठीक है. But when I give you the homework, then you go and research the whole chapter. किधर बोला था पता नहीं है, सब बकवास करके चला गया इधर से. He just did some crap ही हमको ऐसे बोल के चला गया. 12 बुक तो इसका बिक जाता है, पता नहीं हमको क्या सिखा रहा है इधर. Right? So you'll go and say like that. But importance is swadhyaya, sadhana. Swadhyaya, sadhana, harinam, mantra jap. This is the foundation for our Hindu culture. And stop blaming everybody else. Mahatma Gandhi bhi chala gaya. No more blame now. Please. गए. क्यों वापस remember करने का उसको? Right? He's gone. जवाहरलाल नेहरू भी चला गया. कोई दूसरा बोला मुझे जवाहरलाल नेहरू भी गया मैं कुत्ता in Sweden. ऐसे मेरे को क्या करना है भाई? When I was there, he was not there. I was born way after that. So we don't have to blame anyone now. Blame now, like Narad Muni बोलते हैं, he tells Shukdev Goswami, we must take lessons from the past, but don't remember the past. We need to remember. We need to remember what Catholics did. Catholics were horrible people. Very horrible. Like Osama bin Laden will be having some shame, but Catholics have no shame. What they've done in Mexico, what they've done in Guatemala, Peru, horrible. Is today also controlled by Spain. Goa. You like Portuguese, huh? By the way, right? Okay. So it has happened. So let's move forward. Forward means let's get back spiritual side in our life. And nowadays children have already gone out of your hands. Some of you not. Some of you are doing very good parenting. But if they have gone out of the hands, don't worry. You change your life, they will come back. You have that faith, that much faith you have. Take Harinam. Harinam is the most important medicine for Kali Yuga. And with Harinam, everything can be solved. Like speaker before me also said it. Because mantra is that's the power of the mantra. Don't think he's saying some psychedelic thing. When you see an American playing harmonium, you say, no, he's right. Adi was wrong. We do that all kinds of things. That's the skin disease we have. So we need to remove that skin disease also. Brown is cool. Okay? Everybody likes it. People go for tanning. Thousands of dollars in Mexico. To get tanned, people gonna like me. It's cool. Okay? Don't worry about it. Nothing works. What is inside this area matters. Okay? And that you have plenty. And with haldi ka kha ke jeera, haldi jeera, badam, it works. It's like rocket science now. Right? So there are a lot of things our acharyas have given. And our paramparas are still existing. Shri Sampradaya, Madhva Sampradaya, there are a lot of sampradayas existing, Bharati Sampradaya. So Sampradaya is good. Samudayikta is bad. That is also good sometimes, by the way. But do not believe in English mistranslations. It's stupidity. If you read all my 12 books, I put all Sanskrit everywhere. And because I don't believe in certain translations, don't exist. There's no translation for dharma in English language. I'll have to write 20 lines to explain to an American what is dharma. I said, I don't have time. Just chant mantra and just take your own time. There's no point in explaining. Where should I start? Ga 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 ga, ja cha da ja ja, ta 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 ta. We don't have time. We just say, this is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, chant and be happy. We don't say chant and become happy. No, we say chant and be happy. That not only you have to chant, but also pretend to be happy. Or train yourself to be happy. Because we have perennially trained ourselves to be unhappy. Always complaining. This is bad, boy is not good, girl is not good, movie was not good. What else you expect here? This is the reality of this world. There is nothing happiness here. All this you can analyze for 20 different ways, scratch your head, same situation is going to come again. It's like we solve one problem, and that problem creates another problem. We solve another problem, that problem creates third problem. We get third problem, then fourth problem. Why? Because we are solving the wrong problem. We don't know our problem. Our problem is Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukh Doshanu Darshanam. That's our problem. But everyone, we go to a motivational speaker, get super motivated, yeah. And then we look at our credit card, not so motivating. We just paid $500 for that stupid thing. You know, nothing. But all these things are free in our culture, free. We don't have to pay any price. Go to Pandit Dhiren Shastri ji, Pandit, go to so many great saints are there. Abhi to young kids are there who are doing chanting in America. There is a Mayapuri's brand, there is this band. And we all saying हिंदू खतरे में है. उन बच्चों से जाके पूछो फ्लोरिडा में वो कौन खतरे में, बोलेगा आप ही खतरे में है, हम तो आनंद में है. और यहाँ पे सब लोग, हम लोग 40 above club is worried. क्या होगा इस दुनिया का? As if like कुली का गाना था ना, सारी दुनिया का बोझ हम उठाते हैं, लोग आते हैं और चले जाते हैं. Exactly, the song is there. That is our exact condition हिंदुओं की. हम कुली बन के रह गए. अरे just enjoy your life. I like the person Bhutani ji behind in yellow kurta. He says I am going in any way. Anyone wants to come with me, come. Otherwise I am going. I said okay, he is living a life. At least one Hindu is happy here.
I'm going after 20 years. I'm going to Copan, Honduras.
Look at that.
There is a Murti of
To see Hanuman ji. अगली बार भी आपको लेके जाऊंगा. वहां पे हनुमान जी मत बन जाना, लेकिन चरण मत जाना, पुलिस पकड़ लेगी. Very good, very good. So I'm just saying, live your life, and if you are happy, more people are going to be happy. And the best way to tease all these people like Equality Lab and everyone is just tell them we are very happy. Please go on more, and we are going to ultimately put caste system on you because we have brains. Because we are going to put you on. But then these are smaller issues. These are all smaller issues. The bigger issue is we have to bring our community on a spiritual path again, which we are disconnected from India. And that's the purpose of writing my books, and that's the purpose of Mythology. And that's what we are doing in a very new way, where a lot of young crowd is getting connected to us. We have so many people we have. I don't say the numbers big because I do not know who will put a lawsuit on us next time and who will ban us from which university. So, but we are amongst the youth, and we want you to also join and become youthful again. And we have to just get things going. Like Arjun and Pandavas were not thinking. Bhim was not saying, "Arey bhaiya, mere ko itna pahad pe kyun chada rahe ho? It's too much." He just climbed the mountain, Gandhamadhan mountain, smashed everybody, and he was including Maniman. Kuber's best friend, he smashed his head with rocks. We have not taught our kids. They said, no, this is ghastly. No, ghastly. No, but sometimes you have to teach these things to your children. Let them live their life. Become like Arjun, become like Bhim. But for which mothers have to have strength. Mothers should be willing to sacrifice. Be ready. Like Kundi, if you see, everyone wants Krishna, but we don't want to save off Krishna. Everybody wants Krishna. To have Krishna with you is very difficult job. But if Krishna comes to you, it's easy job. But look at the life of Pandavas. So much effort, so much sacrifice, what they got. Unparalleled. Yudhishthira thinks, Krishna comes. You know, this is the life. And this is the same thing with the Anjana, Hanumanji's mother, Kesari also. So there are a lot of stories to be learned, a lot of lessons to be learned. We have to tell our children, Yudhishthir was not a weak king. If Yudhishthir was weak, then why would Krishna run to him? Just he would think for a second, Krishna would run. If Markandeya Rishi, Maitreya Rishi, Pulastya Rishi, any Rishi, Narad Muni, everyone coming to meet Yudhishthir, how can he be weak? But we have been told he's juari hai, उसे जुआ खेलता है. And Draupadi says, उनको जुआ खेलना भी नहीं आता. Okay, he's just following the orders of his father. And what about Bhim? Bhim was born, जब वो पैदा हुए थे गलती से गिर गए, चट्टान टूट गया, बच्चा नहीं टूटा. That is Bhim. How many of us have tried to make our children Bhim? हमने उनको चॉकलेटी हीरो बना दिया है अमेरिकन का मूवी देख देख के, है ना? Stop doing all this nonsense. When the child is 14, he is an adult. Boy is an adult. Give him responsibility of an adult. Not in the American school system or a Jawaharlal Nehru University school system, where a 50-year-old man is also studying, still studying. Okay? So we have to make it relevant. 14-year-old boy is an adult. Treat him like an adult. At the age of 14, Arjun was a warrior. Shivaji Maharaj. मेरे गांव से ही है वो तो. नहीं मजाक नहीं. रत्नागिरी से है. हमारे गांव से सारे महाराष्ट्र से है. So Shivaji Maharaj, great example, Jija Mata. At 14, exact. Look at that. At 14. हमारे बच्चों को 14 पे क्या होता है? हम उनको भेजते हैं बेसबॉल के प्रैक्टिस पे. बेटा इज गोइंग फॉर बेसबॉल प्रैक्टिस. So ये दिस इज द ड्यूटी ऑफ द फादर नाउ. सुबह शाम बेसबॉल डाल के बेसबॉल से लेकर आओ. When at 14 you should be earning something for your family. Something misplaced priorities. We think that unless the child goes for 30 years in the school, he is not educated. And children is thinking, okay, TK, now I have to still not worry, work for 10 more years, I'm happy. So 25-year-old boy, adult is also a bacha. Stupidity complete. I don't know where, and we want to save the Hindu community. Defeats all the logic now, right? So this is a wake-up call. Nakul and Sahadev, warriors at 12. Actually, Pandava's 5 sons, they fought the war at the age of 12. Mahabharata war mein fight, the 12 and 13, they fought the war. So this is our history. Bhagwan Ram went to kill Tadka at the age of 15. By 16 he was married. And by 25 he was Vanvasi also. Our ancestors achieved a lot more because they did things quickly, faster. We all have become JNU students in life also. So I'll stop here. Thank you so much and give me a chance to speak. I told you, save the best for the last. It was a desert. And tomorrow also is the best for the last. Rajiv Malhotra ji.